Super Cloudbuilt is a challenging 3D platformer set in a series of abstract floating worlds. The settings may look pleasant enough, however to play this game you're going to have to become a master of the game's controls and pull off air-defying feats of parkour to become a wall jumping master. It's a game that comes with an extremely steep difficulty curve, and I even made extremely all capitals there to try and emphasize the point. So what did I think of the game? Let's take a look.
What is this place? What the hell happened here?
The game is all about Demi. She's a young warrior who is left in a critical condition after a war. However, while lying in a hospital bed, her consciousness leaves her physical body to enter a surreal alternate universe. As she delves deeper, she starts to learn more about her condition and what is supposed to have happened to her.
I remember how hopeless I felt when that sudden blast ripped through our squad. It was devastating. The realization that this was it. We couldn't possibly win. Our fate was out of our hands.
The gameplay has two sides to it, jumping and gunning. The left triggers are in charge of your jumping, so once you're equipped with an exosuit, you can use the suit's jetpack and powerful boosters to do things like dart along walls, or propel yourself forward at tremendous speed. Combine these two and the parkour possibilities become endless. You'll be pulling off feats of acrobatic mastery, zipping about from wall to wall with nothing below you to soften a fall. The gun in this game is used to take out the occasional robot enemy. Its homing bullets make it extremely effective at taking out opponents at a long range. To be honest, you're far more likely to die from falling to your death than you are from getting shot. Each of the levels provide options. There's usually always an easy route and a more challenging yet faster route. As you look to the skies and see the glowing green beacon that marks the finish line, it's up to you how you want to get there. Playing always keeps you on edge. Palms are sweaty from start to finish. Every jump gets your heart racing as you edge your way closer to the end. However, you only have a limited number of lives, which are often chewed through in no time at all, especially when you get to a tricky obstacle. Then you've got the collectibles. Each map has a series of keys scattered throughout. Collecting all of these keys rewards you with an increase to the max number of lives you can have. But here's the dilemma. Do you risk running out of lives just to go for that tricky final key? Or perhaps you just completed a tough section when you spot a key in the distance. So do you risk everything and go for it and then die and have to go through that whole tough section again? It rewards the brave and leaves you wondering whether it's worth the gamble or just to play it safe. In one of the early levels, you're in a section that limits your boost ability. The first jump you have to do is okay, with a little practice. But the second jump, this son of a bitch had me stumped for a while. And as I said, this was one of the first few levels, and already it was tough. There's times when, either by luck or by skill, you complete a particular jump that you just thought was impossible. But with perfect clicking of all the right buttons at all the right times, it leads to this flowing chain of movement that seems to defy gravity. It leaves you wondering, how the hell did I do that? And thank God I finally got past that bit. Then that dreaded feeling comes across you of, okay, don't die, because if I do, I have no idea if I'll ever be able to do that again.
You can correct your mistakes, be more efficient. That's how this world works. And there are countless times that I've wished life worked that way as well.
Thankfully, there is a unique checkpoint system to help you out. As well as the standard checkpoints scattered throughout a level, you can also collect special golden flags. These can be planted in the ground at any point to create your own checkpoints. So if you complete a hard section, you can plant a flag so that if you die, you don't have to go back to do that same section again. However, these flags are limited, making you cautious about finding the right time to use them, because you never know what's coming up next. Each level also has a series of challenges attached to them. These make you play in alternative, more creative ways. For example, you may have to play as a pacifist. This means that you can't use your guns, so you have to find an alternate route around your enemies. Then there's the Pathfinder challenge. This forces you to use your rocket boosters as little as possible. You have to work out all the perfect angles to make jumps with just using your body, not your exosuit. I admit that this type of game isn't really my speciality. In fact, it kicked my ass. As much as I try, the later levels still push me beyond my limits, although I certainly did eventually get better. The best that I could achieve in a time trial was a B, and if you compare that to some of the leaderboards, I've clearly met my match. It's often frustrating to the point that I can only cope with playing it in short bursts, and yet when I do finally complete a level that, say, I've been struggling with for hours, it comes with a sense of achievement that makes it all worth it. Almost. Until next time, thanks for watching.